Bill Maher covers the Doug Emhoff, Kamala Harris's husband, scandal. But this is really about a two-tiered justice system. I'm John Mike Keene.
Believe all women, except when it comes to one who says that someone hit her across the face.
Right. Well, of course, we don't know if that's true.
She says that it happened. I'm not saying that it happened. I'm just saying that the standard used to be believe all women.
The standard is to believe all women.
We got to believe her. Doesn't matter if she's got proof. Doesn't matter if all the witnesses say she is lying. We have to give her the benefit of the doubt because she is a female.
The standard, and we know how standards work with Democrats versus Republicans, with Trump versus Kamala.
He bit my lip to keep me quiet. By the time he was leaving the room, calmly puts on his sunglasses and motions to my lip and says, "You better put some ice on that."
The standards only apply to one side. This is about a two-tiered justice system.
The Daily Mail is reporting that 3 women that she talked to contemporaneously, which has been the standard very often in these cases, that she said back in, I think, 2011 or something, they were at the Cannes Film Festival. He slapped her. He thought she was flirting with the valet.
And he knocked up the nanny, right? That's confirmed.
That's confirmed.
Yeah.
He definitely knocked up the nanny. Yes.
Doug Emhoff knocked up the nanny, and 3 witnesses independently confirmed back in 2011 before Kamala was running. So this is not about the state. That would be enough to hang any Republican or conservative. It's not enough to make it stick to Doug Emhoff, who went on Jen Psaki's show, and she called him a new form of masculinity, a non-toxic form.
Important part, or an interesting part of how people have talked about your role here is how your role has reshaped the perception of masculinity. And I'm not sure you planned on that.
And how sensitive he is, and women empowering. And he smacked a woman and spun her around.
I don't know. Nobody ever knows.
Toxic masculinity.
Okay. What I'm saying is,
I like how Clay Travis is getting more laughs than Bill Maher.
I mean, a lot of the conservative outlets still aren't reporting it. So I wouldn't go after anybody for not reporting it yet, because these things have to be checked out.
There's checking them out and there's dragging your feet. The conservative outlets, which I'm pretty sure is only Fox News, won't report on it. They're probably afraid of legal liability or whatever, or they're just flaccid, useless people who do not act the way the leftist news outlets. If this was J.D. Vance or J.D. Vance's wife, it would be front page across the board, across every American news outlet. And I'm talking about with the exact same amount of evidence. If the exact same amount of evidence, in fact, there was less evidence for Trump with E. Jean Carroll, and he got nailed on that one, had to pay $85 million. And there's almost no 3 corroborating witnesses, none.
But if it becomes more credible, certainly on the level of Brett Kavanaugh, which was that kind of thing was reported by everybody pretty quickly.
I like how they show her. They point to her. I believe she works for ABC News, one of the major news outlets. And when Brett Kavanaugh, the Supreme Court justice, when that Blasey Ford, whatever her name is, came out against him, it was one lunatic's single point of view, no corroborating evidence, and they ran with it on day one. That's the two-tiered justice system at work. It's not fair. They will wait all they want on this Doug Emhoff thing.
Does the liberal media keep ignoring it? And wouldn't that
they will.
Well,
Absolutely.
Wouldn't that make it look worse?
Well, first of all, I think that, just to your point, yes, it is prudent to be cautious about any story that's reported until you have the supporting details.
That's Laura Coates. Now, why isn't she investigating this right now? If they're supposed to be investigative reporters, she's going, we have to wait for more evidence. Did she investigate?
What I don't think is fair is to, and I'm consistent on this on all accounts, is to tar and feather without more. I think you have to give information to people, and you have to actually do your homework and background. I don't think by not reporting, and I'm not familiar with all of the allegations that are involved here.
She just admitted that she hasn't been investigating it. She's not even familiar with the allegations. No curiosity, no get out there with your gumshoe and hit the pavement, put leather down and do your calls. There's no curiosity. It's a giant cover-up, and it's a cover-up of the worst kind. This is the kind of stuff that allows the same kind of abuse to go on so long as all these feminists refuse to even ask a question.
And I'm just saying, regardless of whether more people come forward, regardless of what's confirmed or not confirmed, I think that there is now a little bit of blood in the water. The nanny thing was the first drop, and now there's some more. And it's not going to be long now. I can guarantee you that there are investigative teams at the Times and the Post and elsewhere that are looking into it.
But even getting the nanny pregnant didn't go anywhere. Where's the nanny pregnant on every front page for Doug Emhoff, this amazing feminist icon, new form of feminist icon that Jen Psaki said.
But you are an incredibly supportive spouse. Has that been an evolution for you? And do you think that's part of the role you might play as first gentleman?
It's funny. I've started to think a lot about this. I've always been like this. My dad was like this. And
Joe Scarborough just sat down with Doug Emhoff, completely covered him up, didn't ask about the nanny. Giant cover up from mainstream news to allow continued misogynation and abuse. And that's what this is.
The Mail also had that he was basically the worst kind of office sexist predator guy.
But not all women are treated equally in the eyes of the Democrats because the Believe All Women Brigade is oddly completely silent when it comes to all the women accusing liberals.
Daily Mail reported on that based on interviews at his law for people who worked at his law firm. So again, these are allegations. I understand this. I do think it's very convenient that allegations demand more study, demand more evidence when it's really important for a Democrat that we don't all say, hold on a second, this guy seems like a huge jerk.
In fact, they actually go and they try to silence them. And yes, I am looking at you, you Clinton mobsters, and you Democratic creep.
And that's also confirmed the way that he treated people at this venture firm in Hollywood, that he was mean, he was a misogynist, he got written up for it. They were embarrassed by him. That's not in the news. And they have multiple different witnesses of that. And they have no curiosity.
And he is being used as a surrogate on the campaign for masculinity and talking about how great things are.
Two-tier justice system. These are feminists covering up for him. Remember that when they come after a Republican again, never believe them. These people are hypocrites. They have no interest in this subject of helping women, protecting women, going after mean men, bad men, abusive men. They have no interest. They only use it out of convenience to attack conservatives, and they put it away when they can cover up and protect their guy.
Republicans and Democrats alike who have had accusations floated and have had to confront them.
Well, I mean, for example, there was mountains of evidence against Hunter Biden, and we were told, hold on. I mean, the guy broke a whole bunch of different laws and actually should have gone to prison for a long time.
Yeah, the actual laws that he broke on that laptop are still being covered up. They never made the front page. They never called him to account. They never demanded you say, look at this photo we have of you doing X and Y against women, against people with drugs, with a loaded gun, underage pictures, just weird stuff. It got vanished by the left. They do not care, my people.
But he was Joe Biden's son.
No, he stood trial.
He stood trial after the political pressure was ratcheted up so much when they had already let a number of the most serious crimes, including money laundering, lapse from the statute of limitations.
Yeah, he didn't stand trial for the worst abuse that he did against women. He got a pass on that. And so these do not believe these people.
Hillary personally threatened me.
Happy to see this covered on Bill Maher, but we're covering it in truth right here on John Mike Keene. Leave a comment.